to eat that coating on the skin. Their secret spice was MSG. So why MSG is in so many foods we eat? Is it a preservative or a vitamin? Not according to my friend John Erb. In his book, The Slow Poisoning of America, he said that MSG is added to food for the addictive effect it has on the human body. So guys, when you're craving all your favorites, it's because you're addicted to MSG. I'm sure when I was craving meat for almost 4 weeks ago after, becoming high raw, I was probably craving the MSG. I thought that maybe it was a chemical in the meat, because I don't eat beef, but for whatever reason I was craving beef, and I didn't want a mock burger, I didn't want a bean burger, I was craving beef. Okay? So at any rate, even the propaganda website sponsored by the Food Manufacturers Lobby group supporting MSG explains that the reason they add it to food is to make people eat more. A study of the elderly showed that older people eat more of the foods that it is added to. The Glutamate Association lobbying group says eating more is a benefit to the elderly, but what does it do to the rest of us? MSG manufacturers themselves admit that it addicts people to their products. It makes people choose their product over others and makes people eat more of it than they would if MSG wasn't added. Not only is MSG scientifically proven to cause obesity, it is an addictive substance. Since its introduction into the American food supply 50 years ago, MSG has been added in larger and larger doses to the prepackaged meals, soups, snacks, and fast foods we are tempted to eat every day. The FDA has set no limits on how much of it can be added to food. They claim it's safe to eat in any amount. But how can they claim it's safe when there are hundreds of scientific studies with titles like these? The monosodium glutamate MSG obese rat as a model for study of exercise and obesity. Adrenalectomy abolishes the food-induced hypothalamic serotonin release in both normal and monosodium glutamate obese rats. Obesity induced by neonatal monosodium glutamate treatment in spontaneously hypertensive rats. An animal model of multiple risk factors. Hypothalamic lesion induced by injection of monosodium glutamate and suckling period and subsequent development of obesity. No, the date of the last study was not, this was in 1978, so guys, this goes way back. I didn't read the dates of all of them, I just kind of cut it short, but as I said before, if you guys are interested in this article, I could email it to you. Okay, no, the date of the last study was not a typo. It was published in 1978, but the medical research community and food manufacturers have known about the side effects of MSG for decades. Many more of the studies mentioned in John Erb's book link MSG to diabetes, migraines, and headaches, autism, ADHD, and even Alzheimer's. So what can we do to stop the food manufacturers from dumping this fattening and addictive MSG into our food supply and causing the obesity epidemic we now see? Several months ago, John Erb took his book and his concerns to one of the highest government health officials in Canada. While he was sitting in the government office, the official told him, "Sure, I know how bad MSG is. I wouldn't touch the stuff." But this top-level government official refuses to tell the public what he knows. The big media doesn't want to tell the public either, fearing issues with their advertisers. It seems that the fallout on the fast food industry may hurt their profit margin. The food producers and restaurants have been addicting us to their products for years, and now we are paying the price for it. Our children should not be cursed with obesity caused by an addictive food additive. But what can I do about it? I'm just one voice. What can I do to stop the poisoning of our children while our governments are ensuring financial protection for the industry that is poisoning us? This message is going out to everyone I know in an attempt to tell you the truth that the corporate-owned politicians and media won't tell you. The best way you can help to save yourself and your children from this drug-induced epidemic is to forward this article to everyone. With any luck, it will circle the globe before politicians can pass the legislation protecting those who are poisoning us. The food industry learned a lot from the tobacco industry. Imagine if big tobacco had a bill like this in place before someone blew the whistle on nicotine. If you are one of the few who can still believe that MSG is good for you and us, and you don't believe what John Erb has to say, see for yourself, go to the National Library of Medicine at www.pubmed.com. That's PubMed. PubMed.com. Type in the words MSG obese and read a few of the 115 medical studies that appear. We the public do not want to be rats in one giant experiment, and we do not approve food that makes us into a nation of obese, lethargic, addicted sheep feeding the food industry's bottom line while waiting for the heart transplant, the diabetic-induced amputation, blindness, or other obesity-induced life-threatening disorders. With your help, we can put an end to this poison. Do your part in sending this message out by word of mouth, email, or by distribution of this printout to your friends all over the world and stop this slow poisoning of mankind by the packaged food industry. Blowing the whistle on MSG is our responsibility, so get the word out. Guys, I have, well, no, actually this is in other languages as well, but at any rate, that's the article. I was reading a magazine article, and they had, information on MSG as well, and my body's very sensitive to it, so I've learned over the past 4 weeks that there's almost nothing prepackaged or processed that I can eat, so whole foods is pretty much all that I can do at this point. And it's it's pushing me to go ahead and invest in the equipment that I need, like a dehydrator, and I guess that's all I need is a dehydrator. I have a food processor and I have a Vitamix blender, but I'm going to have to just prepare all my own meals and, make wise choices when I eat out, pretty much just, I guess, salad bar or something like that. I'm not sure, but that's where I'm at, and I hope you guys found this information valuable and informative. Post your comments and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys soon, okay? Bye.